Yo guys, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today we are training 51 minutes of chess. Let's get this countdown going. Oh, okay, we're already failing this challenge. Basically, if any of you joined, is this gonna work? No, that's not gonna work. Yeah, if any of you guys joined on Monday stream, basically I was doing these advanced tactics on Lichess and having a terrible time, and we are gonna have some more terrible times. And what I realized basically was that, like, solving difficult tactics and actually using your brain, it's kind of the same kind of like annoying amount of effort that it takes to go to the gym on like a consistent regular basis. And unfortunately, it's just something you've got to do if you want to see those chess gains. You got to put in the work for it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. I've got a booger, like an annoying booger. Let me deal with this, and then let's train some chess. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's go. So, I haven't done any of these advanced tactics since the stream. I was going to try and stream yesterday, but I just didn't get the time and I didn't want to risk burning out. So, yeah, basically of the advanced motifs, we only did attraction, clearance, and defensive move. So we've still got all these other ones to go. I'm not going to get all of them done, but we'll just try and do as many as we can. So let's just get started. Let's go. So maybe someone can just quickly just drop hi in the chat just so that I know it's working. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to focus until I know that it's working. So anyway, okay. Let's understand. So we've got bishop knight against two bishops. Everything else... Okay, we're a pawn down. Pawn down and knight and bishop against two bishops. Our king definitely looks weak, but so does theirs. I can't quite believe that this is from an actual game, but here we are. Okay, so basically we need to be very fast. I feel like we're in a lot of danger. Maybe we're not getting checkmated immediately, but we also might be. Welcome, Faz. Okay, the chat works. Great. Okay, so yeah. What candidate... Yeah, we're basically doing these advanced tactics again, so we're just starting now. So, candidate moves. Queen takes h7, obviously. Needs to be checked. God, and what else do we play? I mean, maybe a defensive move like rook d3 in order to, like, shelter the king. But... maybe also, like, knight e5 could be a candidate in the sense that we threaten checkmate in one. Like, it still feels too slow. So, okay, let's calculate this queen h7, king f7. Now we can go knight e5 because... Oh, wait. I just realized another detail is that knight e5, they can't stop the mate like this because we still checkmate, yeah? So, but okay, if queen h7, knight f7, knight e5, our opponent can play either king e8 or king e7. On king e7, we go queen takes g7, and we've got forced mate. So, queen h7, king f7, knight e5, king e8. Now we can still go queen takes g7, but it's no longer a check. Black gets a whole move, but this time that other rook can't join the attack. The question is, do we get mated or not? So I'm looking at queen h7, king f7, knight e5, king e8. If queen takes g7 there, rook c8 check, and we go rook d3. Sorry, king d3. Then go queen b3 check. Then we can run with king e2. And I think we avoid the checks there, because our rooks are still connected on the back rank. That looks very promising to me. I mean, knight e5, it just feels too risky to allow one more piece into this attack. I mean, for instance, like, this rook can come down. This looks very dangerous. right? If bishop takes, there's even checkmate. Yeah, so yeah, I think this has to be it. And then just take, and I think we do enough to run away. I don't think this is enough. I think we just run. Are there any other moves that they can play here? They don't have queen c4. What about bishop a4? Maybe I should have been calculating these options for black like before. But okay. Bishop a4 check. King d3. Again, we're kind of running. But do we actually have a threat after bishop a4? Because then we no longer threaten to take on d7 with checkmate. Ah, I missed this check actually. Maybe that's like an improvement. So yeah, there are candidate moves, annoyingly. Yeah, queen d7, bishop a4, then I don't know what our threat is, which concerns me. What I find annoying is just how difficult these puzzles are for me. Like I know I'm going on this rant like again, but it's just like I was playing some Blitz today, and the level of like stupidity of me and my opponent just like missing. I couldn't even find like one move threats, let alone whatever this is, right? It's like if I can be like 24,000-2500 online and not be able to find one move threats, it's like I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get how there are people who are like 2,800 puzzles and then like 1,800 chess. It's like, I just don't understand. But yeah. I mean, another interesting move could be like knight takes d7, just to remove that bishop. I mean, that also looks good. Any rook c8, we just play knight c5. Knight d7, probably queen c4 check is something we need to watch out for. King d2. Maybe knight takes d7 looks very nice, actually. We're not mating, but I think we'll stay material up. And maybe that's enough. Queen g6 is the only check, right? Captures, we've got knight d7 and queen g7. Threats. I mean, queen takes g6, it doesn't lead anywhere. King d8, and then what? I mean, maybe you can argue that now when you take on g7, it's like an improved version or something. Maybe you've also got this threat of knight f7 check, which looks a bit scary. It's really tough for me to say. I mean, I just wouldn't get myself in this position. It's like, what are you doing? Where is your king safety? Nah, knight d7 should be fine, right? Knight d7, queen c4 though. That's the one annoying move. Knight d7, queen c4, king d2. I don't see a continuation there. I feel like we're running. But do we really have enough? Like, for instance, let's say if they bring in another attacker. I mean, for sure we can play like rook b1 or something, but it's a bit miserable as well, you know? Oh, but can we really allow this? I feel like we can't. I almost want to solve this on like principled basis, but I just can't calculate this. Wait, what? Oh, this is deflection? Did we have the deflection already? Queen h7, king f7, knight e5? We haven't even had the deflection yet. So what are we deflecting here? I mean, like, one type of deflection would be like rook h6, because if they take the rook, we go queen takes d7. But rook h6 is like so slow, like... Let's actually calculate queen g7 once more. It's the most natural move. Queen g7, bishop a4 check. Can we just go king c1? And then there's rook c8. It looks so bad. Nah, I'm taking this bishop. Screw this. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's check chat. Let's check chat. Okay, welcome chess in, Ashir. How's it going? You know what, Ashir? I don't know why you crossed my mind. I know why you crossed my mind. I think I saw your name pop up in like the results against someone I played recently, or something like this. Something like this. Like maybe I had some like online 4CL game or something, and like you were an opponent of this guy or what, something like this. I don't know. But I saw that you played in a tournament in London, and then I checked out like your profile, and I saw that you've been playing a lot. So that's really cool. So great to see you here, Share, solving some puzzles, and also great to see you like playing some big boy chess, and you've played some nice results. Like, so congrats. Like you've gained like 200 points like this month. I mean, I know you're like severely underrated, but still nice to get those rating gains. Okay, so Ashir's line was queen h7, king f7, queen g6. Wait, what? Queen h7, king f7. Queen gc, king g6, king e5. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think it's that. Yeah, I will shut up with my stupid moves. They don't work. Well, it's interesting. It's interesting. But yeah, no. Oh yeah, Faz, how did the game go? How did your game against Mark Hepton go? Please give us a big essay and a summary. Queen g6 should be considered as well. Okay, I did. Improved version because the rook on f8 hangs. Oh shit, it hangs. Oh, so queen g6, king d8, queen g7. The rook is hanging. So then it's going to be a bit slower. I did not see that detail. Yeah, just could not see it. Could not see that detail. Rook a1. Is it Simone or Simon? Simone? Oh my god, rook a1, you genius. Why was that not a candidate move of me? I think I was just looking too heavily in the attack. I mean, okay, but wait, rook a1, there's rook c8 check. I was really hyped for you for a second, but unfortunately there's this check. And then what? I mean, I think we're in trouble here, right? Because the problem is, like, wherever we move as king, they can take the bishop. We don't have an immediate threat on the king. So rook a1 is a great idea, but unfortunately it doesn't work. Yeah, as fast as rook c8. Isn't queen g6 check, then knight takes d7 just an improved version? Aha, so trying to improve in this sense, not just in this sense. Also, welcome Jad Crafting to the stream. I haven't seen you here, so welcome. Is it improved? I mean, I guess it should be, right? Guess it should be. Yeah, maybe this is kind of poor from me not to just grab the pawn, because I mean, oh, and it even just stops there? That's bullshit. I mean, it should at least force us to decide between these two moves, but okay. Nice, it turns out that both of them are good. Wow, I'd be very worried though to play this. I mean, after bishop a4, king d2 only move. Like, king d2 is such a... we run to e1. Yeah, and the bishop is also blocking this rook, which makes it harder to continue an attack, so interesting. And here on queen c4, yeah, that doesn't work. Now we're just running. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna give this a thumbs down because they should force you to look one move. I guess they're saying that both moves are winning. Yeah, and queen g6 is just useful. Yeah, that's really poor from me actually. I mean, even if I can't calculate it, I should always just play queen g6 because, I mean, to win that pawn and have this guy as a passer, I mean, it's just a bit of extra security. So I should always play this. Fine, I'll give it a tick. God. Here we go. Road to 2000 tactics. Okay, let's... Oh, what the hell is this? Okay, firstly, let's understand which way the pawns are going. So, our white pawns are going up the board. The black pawns are coming down the board. Okay. And we have 2 knights, 2 pawns against knight, bishop, and 4 pawns. However, we have a pass pawn on b7. Our d5 pawn is very weak. The knight on d7 is like, you know, controlling the queening square. So, candidate moves. I mean, in terms of like the goal in this calculation, we should be trying to find a way to promote. I think that's the only way. Unless, like, I don't know, we can checkmate the king in some way. I don't think it's completely stuck. So probably promotion is key. I don't think we're going to be able to gobble up all the pawns. I think we need to promote. So the first move that comes to my mind is knight b6. Trying to, you know, deflect that knight, right? Like if the knight takes on b6, then we promote. I guess knight e5 could be a similar move by the same logic, but definitely looks a lot more dodgy. Knight f6 could be a deflecting move of a knight, but again, it looks dodgy. The bishop can take it. And we should look for our checks as well. Like, we should consider these, like, both knights can take on d6, whether that affects something. Oh, it might do, right? Because, for instance, let's say knight d6 and king d5. Now we go knight b6. And now it's actually a fork. Right? So they're kind of obliged to either take us or we take them and get rid of that annoying knight, right? So knight d6 looks very promising. We also cover this square, this square. They can't take. We know it's a mine square. They can't come here. So they have to go to one of these squares. And how does that change the position, actually? I mean, now we get this passed pawn, which could be very, very clutch. So if they come here attacking our knight and we come here and they come here, is there like some nice way to make progress? I mean, we could play like knight here with tempo on the bishop and try and push this pawn down the board. I mean, where can they go? I don't really... Probably like bishop back to d8 is important to hit our knight. Yeah, that also covers our queening square. So okay, I'm doing this calculation wrong by delving too deeply, but okay, we know that knight d6 is very promising, and we've got a nice idea. So can we change the move order maybe? Let's say knight b3 first, knight b8, and then knight takes d6. How is that? Don't really like it as much. Yeah, I think this knight takes d6 while they can't take on d5 definitely feels nice. For the record as well, guys, like knight d6, king d5, knight b6, king c6 is no good because we can just take the knight, and our knight is defending this pawn. So yeah, knight d6, king d3. Oh, is there another way we can challenge this knight? Like maybe now we have this square, knight e5. Ah, that looks very nice, because if they go knight b8, now we can go knight c6. But the annoying thing is they can go back to d7. I don't really want to give up my pawn for the knight. Jesus Christ. I swear to God, I'm going to do all of these advanced tactics, and this weekend I play in a FIDE Rapid. I swear I'm going to like hang a piece in one move. But I mean, I should practice that as well, right? I should do more Puzzle Storm. I just need to do more tactics. That's the real crux of the matter. It just kills my motivation so much, though. I mean, like, recently I haven't been playing any online chess, and I think it's just because I have no motivation right now. Like, I just feel miserable when I'm thinking about this kind of chess. Like, I've been doing some other chess studying, which I've enjoyed a lot, like Arkle's Endings and Yeah, I went to the Red Knight Cafe and studied some of this Matthew Sadler book. So like learning about chess, I'm enjoying still, but it's like this kind of stuff actually pisses me off. I feel like we're really close. We're really close. Just need to tie everything together. Knight d6. I swear to God, if they take the pawn, I'll be pissed. But knight e takes d6. King d3. Knight e5. Knight b8. Knight c6. Knight d7. That's so annoying. I really think it's not enough to promote and force them to sack the knight. I think we're not winning that. I mean, they can sack the bishop for the pawn. I mean, maybe that's the point. Maybe at least it's like not lost. But I don't know. So what should I be doing at this moment? Have I considered all my candidate moves? Maybe if I consider all my candidate moves properly, then I'll come up with a new solution. So, or like get some insight about the answer. So knight f6 doesn't make any sense, just bishop takes. Knight b6 versus just knight b8. If knight 4 takes on d6, I mean, they just take the pawn on d5. So I feel like we don't really have an option here. I think we have to play this. Screw this bullshit. I am 100% giving this puzzle a thumbs down. That is actually a load of bollocks. I mean, obviously taking the pawn is bad, but what about king d3 or king f3? Knight e5 indeed. So okay, I'm glad I found that. And knight b8. Oh, it's a check. Oh my god, it's a check. I actually don't know how I don't see that. I mean, I think maybe I was just looking forwards with the knight. I was like so focused on this side of the board. I didn't realize it's a check. And same with king f3. Oh my god. Did everyone see that? Man. Oh, I'm so annoyed with myself. Jesus Christ. Okay, Faz says the game against Mark was interesting. I had a great position out in the opening, but I underestimated his plan. I became worse slowly. Then during the latter half of the middle game, I played the top line against Leela for over a dozen moves or so, and the position became a huge mess of tactics, open kings and queens having access everywhere. Mark played a passive move which turned out to be a blunder. Then I took over and played the top moves right until the knight and pawn endgame, where I had a 2 out of 3 chance of choosing the right square for my knight with seconds left, and I chose wrong. I was up and outside passer in a knight and pawn endgame, which became a draw with Mark having to play accurately and suffer for a while. Holy crap. That's crazy, man. Well, firstly, congratulations on drawing a GM. I mean, that's really, really great. And yeah, that definitely is like a great vouch for your chess as well, Faz, because I mean, like, yeah, I know you're like 2200 plus ECF, but okay, you got this like huge provisional rating by like beating a lot of losers like myself. So okay, like to get some big result against like some high rated, this is also like really, really cool. Yeah, not every day where you can make a GM suffer for a while. That's really nice. Yeah, well done, Jad Crafting, for noticing that knight e5 is a check. That's something I couldn't. JP, very good job. Knight e5 is a check. Fantastic. And welcome, Tricky, to the stream. So I'm glad to see you back. We're doing some very advanced tactics for my P-brain. And yeah, I'm going to have to give this a thumbs up as well. I can't believe I didn't see that was a check. Okay. That's why we're practicing, right? That's why we need to practice. So yeah, welcome some new faces. Also welcome Sasara, if I didn't say welcome. I was too fixated on Faz's exciting story of his game against the GM. But yeah, okay, let's try and solve this. So we've got 4 pawns against 3. We're also a bishop down. Playing some endgame where they've got a passed e-pawn. I guess a one factor is that their king is kind of exposed. And I mean, like, there's this tactic where, like, when the king is only defending the rook, if you can, like, hit the king, you can sometimes pick up the rook. So this is kind of the idea that's coming to my mind. Immediately, though, this rook f8 looks really great. I mean, that's a deflection, right? Like, you deflect the king away and then you pick up a piece. Like, that looks nice. But it's almost too good to be true. I mean, this also deflects a piece. But not really, though, because then they can move somewhere. Maybe f2 is precise. And then if we take, they can take. So I think this is, like, the better of the two. I'm just making sure I've looked at all of my checks to see if any of them make sense. So this one doesn't really make sense, right? So I think rook f8, and we win the rook, and then we just try and play this endgame. I mean, I'd probably still struggle a bit, given how strong this pawn is, but I think this has to be played. Yeah, I don't think we have an alternative. For some reason, this is like the same rating as like our first puzzle we did, which just was way more difficult. I guess you can stumble upon the answer of just taking on g6 there. Anyway, but yeah, this is a nice one. Actually, I had a blitz game against Ravi Harrier where I missed this tactic and I could have just drawn the endgame, and I mean, Ravi was like about to shake my hand and just agree a draw, and I completely missed the motif and then lost the rook endgame. So I just missed the chance to just win back the rook after some complication, and I just missed it. So yeah, you need moments like this to start spotting them. Okay, so 2 more of these deflection puzzles to go. Also, how did people do? Okay, this one was too easy. So okay, people, yeah, no need to give an answer. Welcome Arslan to the stream. How's it going? Okay, we got 2 puzzles correct in a row, so you know we can't be feeling too miserable. Let's think. So queen rook, 3 4 5 6. Okay, so 5 against 6. Black to play. So one thing I noticed is that the rook on a7 is quite loose. One funny line that just quickly zapped through my mind was this one, where they block and then we just go like queen c1 and then try and checkmate on the back rank. I actually lost to a Wixton guy in a similar motif where my opponent put the queen and rook on the back rank, so that's why I've got some trauma about it. Funnily enough, the guy I lost to, I've forgotten his name, but the guy I lost to was actually the strongest player I beat as a junior. Like, I think he was like 2200 something, and I beat him when I was like maybe like 14, 15 or something. Not that he remembers it. Yeah, and I don't think it was that impressive of a win. I think he basically blundered something and I just converted it. But a win's a win, I guess. I can't remember the guy's name. Okay, I saw an answer in chat, so I'm not gonna check chat. I didn't see the answer, so that's good. Okay. So candidate moves. We've got rook, e1 check. Maybe we've got like some attack on the rook, like queen d4 or queen b6. Our king is also looking like safe enough as well, so we might have time for like a slow move, like that queen c1 line. So let's examine it. It's very forcing, right? So rook e1 check, king h2. Now we have 2 different checks. We've got queen f4 check as well as queen d6 check. Let's look at queen f4 first, because they can't block g3, otherwise we just take on f2. So rook e1, king h2, queen f4, queen g6 forced. For the record, what? Oh, that's nice. Wait, it doesn't quite work though, but I was thinking we can take on f2. And the point being, we attack the rook. If they took this pawn, which would be very foolish, then we can go back rook f4, and they can't block queen g3 because we can go rook h1 and then win the queen, right? So if rook e1, king here, and queen f2, the reason why this doesn't work is I think they can just give check. And then after king g7, probably queen c3 check. Then we go king h6, and do we avoid the checks? And do we still have like some huge threat on their king? I feel like their pieces are severely misplaced in this line. Could be it. Could be it, to be honest. I mean, what if they play like a move like queen d4 to cover like queen f4 check? No, that hangs a queen, because I can just take it. Yeah, maybe if they... No, that hangs a queen as well. White to play and not hang a queen. It's actually really difficult to not hang queen. Maybe queen b4? But then... oh, it's so close to something. I mean, we can give check. King g3. Then we can give check. Coming out has to be getting mated. And if they go back, then we've got queen check here. And I think this will also win. Did everyone follow that? I think it's check and take on f2. It's check, and there's no other checks here, right? It's just this one check on c3, and then there's no more checks. And I think that has to be a winning resulting position. Like I really, yeah, intuitively that it really has to be winning. So we can go for it. We have enough confidence in our intuition. Let's go. Let's go. What are people saying? So Jad said rook d1, king h2, queen f4 check, g3, queen takes f2. Correct, but what if queen g3? Yeah. The queen can block. Yes, exactly. Rook e1, king h2, and queen f2. Yeah, good job, Peter. Oh, Peter says maybe not. But yeah, the checks don't lead anywhere after king h6. I think this is the key point. Alk says, hey, welcome. I'll call you Ian. I think that's a bit easier for me. Manish says, will you be making shogi videos anytime soon? I won't be because basically in Thailand, there's a lot more chess going on. So I'm playing a lot of chess. And shogi hasn't been on my mind much except for the World Shogi League, which is actually finished for this season. So the World Shogi League will start up again, I think, in March of next year. And actually around that kind of time, I will be in Japan. And when I'm in Japan, I'm going to be playing a lot more shogi because, I mean, it's such an amazing opportunity to play shogi. I mean, I have no excuse not to, right? So, okay, if you wait till next year, wait a few more months, then probably you'll see some shogi videos popping up. But okay, this was nice. Let's go. Okay, let's do some more. Also, look at the results. This is very telling as well, right? Like we get the first one wrong and the next three correct. Now, I feel like when you first start trying to solve something, it's natural to be a bit like unfocused and not seeing stuff. And it's the same with tournaments as well, right? So it's really important that you have some kind of a warm-up, whether you like play a warm-up game or like solve some puzzles. Like it's really a good idea. Otherwise, you can really mess up at the start. Ian says, do you know watching a random streamer before several hours of an exam can be really calming? I don't know about that, but I guess if it works for you, it works for you. So, okay, good luck for the exam, Ian. Okay, let's solve this. To be honest, for me, I was always a last-minute crammer. Like, I would be, like, reviewing my notes, like, 10 seconds before the exam starts. I mean, this is how I got through my school and university, like always cramming information. Okay, actually no, I gotta share this story. This is a really great one. I don't think I've ever shared this definitely not on YouTube or something. So yeah, this is a nice story. So basically, I was in university. I think this was third year actually, and third year is like my most important year, right? So this is where like most of the like tests and exams count much more percentage towards my overall degree. And there was a half term coming up, right? Like February half term, and a bunch of my friends were planning a trip to Amsterdam, basically just to get high on shrooms and just have a good time, right? And they were like, "Oh, Michael, you got to come," and I was like, well, like I've got like some exams in Easter, but that's still a few months away. When am I next gonna actually have the time to go with these guys? If I don't go now, I'm never gonna go, right? So I was like, okay, if I don't have any like exams going on in this reading week, then I'll come along. So I checked my schedule, and for some reason, like I check like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I see that there's nothing going on, like maybe just like some lectures or some random crap that's not important. So yeah, I confirmed with them. I booked my flight ticket, and it's like the day before, like I go on this trip, right? And like a friend of mine in my course, so this isn't the same group of friends as who are going to Amsterdam. They're from volleyball. They like my friend says to me, it's like, "Oh, bro, like, have you started revising yet?" And I was like, "Revising for what?" Like I thought he was just being a sweat, revising for like the Easter exams, right? In like a few months. And he was like, "Nah, bro, we have an exam on Friday." And I was just like, "You've got to be kidding me. I've booked a flight like from Monday all the way until like Sunday." So I was just like, "Oh shit." And I was like, this sucks," because like it was something like Tuesday to Sunday or something. And I was like, "Oh, it's gonna suck so bad to like fly on Tuesday and get back like Thursday, so that I can take this exam on Friday, right? Like just have 2 days in Amsterdam, and it's like such a waste. I have to like buy a new plane ticket as well." So I was thinking, what the hell should I do, right? And I realized, well, okay, I can't miss this exam. Like it's an exam. I have to take it. It counts towards my degree, so I have to take it. And I find that there's a flight Friday morning, which will get me back to like I don't know, Heathrow or something. And then I take the Piccadilly. It'll take me like an hour, and I will. If I go straight to the exam hall, I should be in time. Right? So I decided to book that flight because I'm not missing out on this trip to Amsterdam, right? So I don't know, like I get there, like I don't know, we do the shrooms on like the first evening or something, because like I told them like I need like a day to recover, right? And I also promised myself like on this trip I will go to like some cafe in Amsterdam and study 2 hours a day, so that for the exam I'm prepared, right? So I don't end up doing any revision on any of the days, right? And it gets to like Friday morning, right? Like Friday morning, I say bye to my friends, and I'm leaving the flat, right? And I start like heading towards the airport, and I'm like, okay, Michael, you gotta lock in and do the most impressive cram of your life. And I started studying, like on the bus journey to the airport, studying at the airport, studying in the queue, studying through security, studying while I'm waiting for the plane, studying while I'm on the plane, studying as soon as I get off the plane, studying while I'm on the Piccadilly. And I kid you not, I get to the entrance doors of my exam hall, and I literally read the final page of the chapter, or like the multiple chapters and all the revision notes, because some of my friends had made notes and stuff, and they were kind enough to send me the notes. So I read all the notes, made my own notes from it, read the final chapter, and I literally, as I was walking through the doors, got to the final word of the final page. And in that moment, I had everything completely understood and in my brain for that moment, right? And of course I had the adrenaline of the challenge, right? Of like having to cram all of this. And I get to the exam hall, and I do well. Well, okay, by well, it wasn't good. It was like, I don't know, I scraped like 60% or something. But I mean, 60% in final year is already like good. I mean, like, my final year was so difficult. I mean, like, I would take 60% any day. And that's how you do it. So honestly, like, you know, if I'd started revising a week in advance, I probably wouldn't have got more than 60% anyway. Maybe like 65 at a very, very impressive push, 70, which probably wouldn't have happened anyway. But yeah, like, that was like a real test of like my powers, and this is why cramming is the way. I mean, like, this information is like often like just such a waste of time anyway. Like you know, like, you're gonna specialize anyway, or you're not even gonna use your degree like myself. So I don't know, like, yeah, this was a pretty epic story. Yeah, back in the glory days of university. Yeah, on that note, let's get back to training. We can make a movie with this one. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Aryan, and I hope that gives you some encouragement for your exam. But yeah, let's get back to studying. If you thought that was a good story, I have, honestly, in terms of like clutch moments for like big exams and stuff, I actually have the most. Like, you would think that the story is made up, right? This other story. I'll do two puzzles, and then I'll share with you like the most clutch story of my life. And this, I saw, it's one of those moments where it's like, you know those memes, and it's like, and then everyone clapped, but people did clap, right? So it's okay. You got a really good story to look forward to. But okay, let's solve this first. Oh my god, and that story was in third year as well. So I think third year university Michael was just peaking at life. Oh, and the best thing about my third year as well, I scraped a first in my degree because of COVID exams, and also because like I don't know, I just got lucky. I just got hella lucky in like my exams. I got hella lucky, and like I literally scraped it by like I don't know, like 1% or something. Like I got 71% and got my first. Like it was just it was a good year. It was a good year. But anyway, let's try and solve this. So, okay, first of all, we're with the white pieces. We have the pawns going up. We've got a rook behind their pass pawn. They've got two pass pawns. What are we doing? I just want to tell this clutch story now. It's such a good story. I also don't know if I've shared this one. Also, Safsar and Arab, you better stay for it, because I think you guys are gonna really find it funny. You guys are gonna rate this one a lot. Okay, let's solve this. So, I mean, for me in a blitz game, I'm just taking this pawn. Like I'm not messing around. It's deflection, so I should be thinking about this motif a bit more, right? And to be honest, actually, our pawn is like pretty advanced as well. So if we give a check and they, I don't know, attack our rook, we can then take and take. So actually, in this position, they have to like attack our rook this way. In which, if we take and they take, and we push and they push, and we queen and they queen, we've got check. And they don't promote with check. Our king is on a light square. So that's just winning. And if we check and they go this way, well, then we just win a rook. So this is the answer. Yeah. Oh, we can... Hold on a sec. I mean, we can promote here, right? Surely. If they push... then we can play queen h8 and get back this way, right? And if they push the pawn... To be honest, given that they have another pawn, they shouldn't be able to draw anyway. We can just put the king in front. And with the extra pawn, there won't be any stalemate motifs. So we can just... Yeah, we can easily win this. What's the cleanest way to win? Yeah, I mean, anything is winning, right? We just bring the king in. We just don't take the pawn. Because if we take the pawn here, then it's a draw. It's not a draw? The king is already close enough. I mean, if the king is a bit further away, then it's a draw. Because they're stalemate motifs. But when you keep the extra pawn, then it's winning. Because even if you get, like, I don't know, this... Oh, no, not that move, obviously. You know what I mean, right? Like with an extra pawn, then you can allow them to lose the tempo and avoid stalemate and get the mate. Okay, deflection we actually did okay in all honesty. I think we did okay. Okay, let's do at least one more puzzle and then I'll share the story. I'll have to get all the details in because it's a good one. It's a really good one. It's a really good one. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like everyone has like some top moments in their lives, and this was definitely one of like my top moments in my life. Like I was, yeah. Anyway, we'll get there. Okay, let's solve this. So, what the hell is this? Interference. So, interference, moving a piece between two opponent pieces to leave one or both opponent's pieces undefended, such as knight on a defended square between two rooks. Right, so you cut the defense and cause some problems. Now, okay, I thought this was a checkmate, so that shows my level of calculation right now. Okay, so I can't even focus with the story on my mind. Like, I kid you not. Like, it's actually so good. It's actually so good. I'm not even afraid of like hyping up too much. Like, it's literally, it's a peak Michael moment. Like, you know, these are real good. I'm seeing actually though, just to quickly calculate something. Are we not picking up a knight here? And how is this interference? Like, I really don't get like these advanced tactics. Like, the words don't make sense to me. Why is this not just winning a piece? I mean, it has to be the answer. I mean, what else are we doing in this position? So, right? I mean, in fairness, we are actually material down. We are a pawn down and a piece. So, we get the pawn and the piece back. I mean, should be happy, I think. Let's go for it. Yeah, I don't like. Can someone explain why this was a interference? I don't really get the English behind this. But okay, in the wise words of Aryan, let bro cook. Okay, wait for the story. Wait for the story. Okay, nice job, Fads, with the last puzzle as well, with the skewer. But okay, right. So, this was third year of university. So if anyone who doesn't know, I was doing a course called molecular biology. Very sciencey science, very researchy. One day I'll let you guys know about my research project in third year. It was a lot of fun. It felt like one of those Apprentice episodes. If any of you watch The Apprentice, like there was some lots of like hectic running about. Anyway, that's a different story. We'll discuss that another time. But in third year, I was doing a group project, and oh god, this is so funny. The topic was what are they even called? So for whatever reason, we had like a group project to do where we were assigned with a lecturer from our course. So I don't know, there were like 8 groups and 8 lecturers, and each group had to basically make a PowerPoint presentation based on the research of the lecturer, right? Seems reasonable enough, right? So the lecturer my group got had basically done a bunch of research into a bacterium that would release a pilus. Now, to put this in simple terms, the bacteria would basically erect this huge rod, insert it into another bacterium, and inject a bunch of its DNA into the other bacterium to basically take over its, its system and basically infect it and convert it into one of its own. A bit like a zombie kind of deal, right? So it's very cool research, right? Like this kind of area. But essentially, I mean, you've basically got a bacterium raping another bacterium with a huge erect rod. And, you know, ejaculating its DNA into this bacteria. So this is what this guy's researching, right? And when we were making a presentation for this, all of the guys, all of us in the group, you know, we had a different like part of like that we wanted to talk about, and we had some different slides on the PowerPoint, right? And I put in a slide, and I kid you not, I was genuinely serious about this. Do you guys know this meme? Do you guys know this meme? So this meme, it's so fucking big. Some mysterious lovely lady on the internet. I made a slide of this with just this, right? The whole PowerPoint slide is just this, right? And I put it in the PowerPoint because I think it's like a really funny kind of like introduction to the topic, right? Like people are gonna remember it after this, right? And you know, we're like practicing the presentation, and one of the guys in my group was like, "Michael, you're not serious about leaving that in the presentation, right?" And I was like, "Nah, it'll be funny. Like, don't worry, I'll make it work. I'll deliver it, right?" And bearing in mind, this is in like a lecture hall with like a bunch of like senior lecturers and like you know, the whole cohort as well, right? So. But I'm like, you know, I'm gonna make it deliver. Like, I'll make it funny. Like, I won't make it awkward. I promise you. I promise you. So I had a whole script ready. I had a whole like speech ready about it, right? So the day comes for the presentation, right? And I get a call. Actually, no. I get a call. I wake up and I hear my phone ringing. And I'm still half asleep, right? I pick up the phone. And my friend Liam is on the other end of the phone. And he's like, "Michael, where the fuck are you?" Like, and I check the time, right? And the time says 10:02 in the morning. And we were the first group to present. And our presentation starts at 10 a.m., right? So at this moment, I'm just like, oh shit. And I remember I just put on my jeans, literally just left my pajama top on. I didn't give a crap, right? I just said, "Liam, stall for me, I'm coming," right? I just blast out of my accommodation. And this was like, wait, no, this couldn't have been third year. This must have been first year then. Because I was still in Ramsey. Oh shit, this must have been... Wait, that doesn't make sense though. Why would I be studying this topic? Anyway, I don't understand. I was in a close enough distance. It must have been first year. It must have been first year then. Anyway, so I ran from my accommodation to the lecture hall, which was around like a 15-minute walk if you're like walking at a decent speed. I ran it in 5 minutes. And I was literally running I was literally sprinting, right? I couldn't miss this, right? And also in the back of my mind, like I know that meme is on the presentation, right? And it'll be the most awkward thing ever if they get to it and they have to just like skip it because I haven't shown up, right? So I have to be there, right? So I'm running, and as I realize I'm running, I realize that I've left my wallet at home that has my like key card to get into the department where the lecture is taking place, right? And this like building, the security is like, the barrier is always there. And I was just like, fuck, I'm gonna like get to the building. Probably it's gonna be my turn to speak, and the barriers are gonna be closed, right? So I run there, I get to the Darwin Center, and amazingly, the barriers are open. The barriers are open in this building, and I just leg through it. And the security guard, like by the entrance, he just shouts at me because probably, I don't know, he thinks like I'm some terrorist running into the, like, you know, thank God I'm not brown or something, otherwise the guy's gonna tackle me probably. But anyway, I run into this building, I run through the barriers, I get into this huge. I don't think I like had been in this lecture hall before, right? So I just burst through the doors. Everyone turns. Like, I didn't realize how many people would be there as well. Like, literally the whole cohort and all of our lecturers of this like module, right? They all turned to me. I made this huge sound as I burst through the doors, and I see my group on stage, right? On the stage, and I look at the slide and I see that they're on the slide before mine, right? So they've been stalling. I don't know for how long, but I think they like the person was still speaking, right? So I don't think like they were stalling for that long. Maybe just for like 20 seconds or something, right? So I'm completely out of breath. I'm starting. I start to like run down the steps like to get to this stage, and I just say out loud, I was like, "Sorry guys, I overslept or something." Everyone is laughing. Even the lecturers are like, "This, who is this guy? Like, what? Like, honestly." And I get onto the stage, and my first slide is that fucking Tory black meme of "It's so fucking big," and like so many people like just laughed at it, and then because like I had like a whole speech, right, and I even had like when I give like public talks, I really like having like some like little flashcards or something to keep me in check, so I don't like just have like my mind doesn't just go blank and like I just forget what I'm saying, because this happens to me a lot. But I left everything at home, right? I literally just had my jeans, my pajama top, and I was there on stage. But because I had all the adrenaline, I just bossed it. I just gave this like great speech about it. And the best thing is that this whole like module, it was ranked based on like public vote, like by the audience, as well as lecturer vote. And after the whole day was finished, and the public vote was taken, our group came top, obviously, because of this like amazing like scene. And we actually came joint top from the lecturers as well, because the lecturers actually really enjoyed the engagement of our presentation. I mean, it was very engaging, it was very informative. It got people like invested. So we came joint top in both. And this, for me, honestly, this was like the best moment of my life. I mean, like, can you imagine if I was just 5 seconds later and my group couldn't stall for any longer? They would have had to skip past that awkward meme. I would have had to come in and been like so embarrassed by the fact that I'd missed it. I mean, I just have to go up onto the stage, not say anything because I missed my cue, right? And it would just be like so bad. It would be so bad. But the fact that it was literally just as it was going onto my slide, as I enter the hall, oh my god, like this was literally like, it doesn't get better than this. It doesn't get better than this. So yeah, I was him in that moment. Like, not a single other person on the planet at that second on that day was cooler than me. So that's my mic drop. Like that's the best story of my life. Holy crap. What are people saying? Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, I'm glad a lot of you enjoyed it. And I hope my mum isn't watching the stream, which probably she might be, I don't know. But yeah, still. Exactly. Like, it's all about the clutch, right? I think like clutch moments in life, if you master the clutch, then you're just sorted. You're just sorted. So, yeah. Courage is not the absence of fear, but a triumph over it proved. Oh, you're saying proved as in the statement is proved. So courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Yes, exactly. But I don't know if I really triumphed over it. It was more like just my poor planning. Like, if you think about the story of Amsterdam, it's me booking a flight without checking my exam timetable properly. And this one, it's me oversleeping. It's crazy, right? But this is the thing. It's the same as my chess. The number of crap positions I get because I blunder a piece stupidly and then have to recover. It's unbelievable, right? Like have a look at this game today. Like, this is the problem with my chess, and this is why I'm so capped. I'm actually so capped. Like look at this game. Look at this. I mean, we get this Gurgenitsa modern. I know my position very well. He plays f3, and in this position, I should just play c5 here, and I'm already taking over. Like, it's already like -2. But I develop fine, mistake fine, and I see this, and I just play c5. And I completely miss that the knight is attacked, right? And for the rest of the game, I have to fight back. But the thing is, I blunder so much, like in chess and in life. I've gotten good at like fighting back and recovering and uh, getting a result, right? So okay, like maybe I could have even got more here. I kind of messed up this resulting endgame. Actually, f6 is a really nice move here because there's no knight takes e6 due to rook a6. This would have maybe even won me the game, but okay. We get a draw. But yeah, I mean, like, I think this is a better way to live, to be honest. I mean, people who like spend all their time revising, it's just not worth it because if that's the only way you can get your grades, then you have to revise, right? But if you can actually get your grades by cramming, it's so much better because then you get so much more free time and you have so much more free time to live your life. And like, what's the point of having good grades if you're not able to live your life? I mean, like, what's the point of even living if you're not actually living? You know? You gotta actually like fit in all of this to make it all work, right? So yeah, big fan of like advocating the cramming lifestyle. Man, if I had like a fucking TikTok like during my university days, man, we wouldn't be here now. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. But yeah, I'm glad I shared that story. I mean, this is such an infamous Michael moment. Like, holy crap. Welcome, K4 to the stream. How's it going? Haven't seen you here for a while, but yeah, we're solving some advanced tactics. This is what I need to do to improve my chess. But to be honest, no, I mean, like, in terms of skills, I mean, like, for me, yeah, maybe I have some base stat. That means that, like, I'm better at this kind of stuff in general. But at the same time, it's like, I've really worked hard to reach this point. I mean, it hasn't come from birth. I mean, I think, like, it's like, for me, I think ever since around, like, maybe year 8 of school, I would see certain qualities in people or friends of mine, and I'd be like, well, they can do it. I want to do it too. And then I'd, like, have to, like, work at it and make sure I get to a point where I can actually pull off these kind of clutch stunts. But it's like, yeah, like, I don't know. It's like also, I had a big phase of like climbing buildings, which I wouldn't recommend to you guys. But it's like also like inspired by people that I admire. And then like, I'm also like, okay, I want to challenge myself. I want to try it out, you know? So it's like, I think like when you say Arab, like your only skill is annoying others, I mean, if you're happy with that, then go for it. But if it's like there are skills you actually want, then just work at it. Like it's like you can actually, really improve the person you are just by actively trying to make progress in areas that you want to be better in. I mean, yeah, you really can. You really can. I mean, it's same with tactics, and I know this for myself. It's just the difference here is I don't want to work on it, right? Like I don't want to. It's too painful to do this kind of work. Living life on the edge, just vibing and chilling. Exactly. It's such a vibe. Okay, you got a sub. Congrats. Let's go. We got there in the end. Took 2 stories and a motivational speech. But okay, glad you can join the chess lifestyle, Aryan. Okay, I just saw a spoiler, so let me actually try and solve this properly. Okay, so 2 pawns, knight, bishop. So we're an exchange down. We have an outside pass pawn. The queen is potentially we can trade. We also have a discovered check if we move the knight. So what candidate moves do we have? I mean, if we play a nothing move, let's say we just play the move a4, is there a threat from the opponent? Not exactly. Not that I see. Like, I was trying to make a way for bishop e5 to work, but I don't think it does. So maybe we do have time. I mean, definitely the candidate moves of moving the knight, like, all over the place to give us discovered check is worth checking out. Knight h6 is a double check, so this might be even stronger. So okay, let's go for our candidate moves. Let's look at all of our checks first, see if any of them win. So knight h6, king h8 forced. Also, Aryan, how did you find out about the stream? Because you said that you just joined today and this is like some random streamer. So how did you find out? Where did you hear about it? Yeah, knight h6, king h8, I don't really see how we win. So okay, let's think about the other knight moves. What can be the significance? Why would one knight move be better than another? I don't really know. Let's just go one by one. Like, I can't work out. I mean, okay, do we have any other captures? We can take the queen. Do we have any threats? I don't know. This position, it feels like there's something, but I can't put anything together. Knight g5, king h8. Ah, knight e5 blocks the bishop. So knight e5 check. If king h8, then we just win the queen, right? So okay, that's a big difference. So knight e5. What else can they do aside from king h8? I mean, they're in check. If they take the bishop, then we can take their queen with check. So that's completely winning. So knight e5. Knight e5. I mean, I think that wins, right? I don't think there's anything else to calculate. Yeah. Okay, and we just win the queen. Oh, that's a check. I did not see that was a check, but we're very lucky because I take this with check and then I get a winning endgame. But yeah, I did. I just, like, as soon as I took the queen, I thought this is position over. Like, let's see this. Knight e5. Yeah, I should really just keep calculating. Like, I'm really bad at this kind of stuff. Yeah, very lucky, very lucky. But also, okay, I didn't feel like anything else made sense, so. Oh, Jan, you missed the most incredible story. You better like rewatch the VOD of this one. In general, like, you don't have to bother watching these VODs, but I had an amazing story, 2 amazing stories actually. So it's worth the watch. Back from my infamous university days. Thank you for the unsub, Arif. I mean, you're saving me from having to train more chess, so I appreciate that. Yeah, for anyone who's new here, basically, I have a rule that however many subscribers I have, so I think I've got like... Wait, how many? Do I have 3,070, I think? However many subscribers I have, I convert it to minutes, and then that's the number of minutes I'm going to train in a day. But if I do a lot of rambling and stories, then I train a bit more, right? Yeah, that's the point. So the more subscribers I get, the more I have to train. And it's also like the minimum amount as well. Like, I can always do more if I want to. What is the trick? I don't know what you mean, Zvishenzook, but welcome to the stream. Oh, I'm so confused. I should do 3,070 minutes a day. That would probably be the end of me. I'll get back another day. I've got some studies. Yeah, you better start revising, Iron. I mean, this is my philosophy, right? Like, if you've got an exam coming up, like, study right until the exam doors open and session. Like, why are you wasting this time? This is valuable time where you can be learning information when it's going to be fresh, right? It's a bit like preparation for like a game, which is a little bit different because you also need to be rested. But I feel like with exams, you don't need the rest as important as like a long classical game. So you can just go in there with your head completely full with ideas, and then you can just go session. Okay, let's solve this. So white to play. Also, what's the time? Oh god, it's 2 a.m. already. Okay, probably I can't do too many more. Let's at least finish this section and come on. There was a guy who joined last stream who was really good at making me focus and stop talking. So I've forgotten his username, but yeah, I need him back. I really want to talk about a particular topic. Okay, if I finish this puzzle, then I'll discuss it. I probably shouldn't even mention it on stream, to be honest, but we'll see. Two, three, four, five, 3, 6, 7. Okay, so we're 2 pawns down. We're about to win one back. We've got this beautiful diagonal queen and bishop. Yeah, I'm completely cooked. Like after sharing those two stories, holy crap, I'm completely cooked. I can't think. It's completely over. Brain has malfunctioned. I don't even know what. Like, why would there be a tactic here? There's interference. What? Okay, let's just first calculate if Queen H8 wins. Queen H8, King F7. Queen G7 check, King E6. Knight F4 check, King D6. Feels like they're getting away. Oh, Jesus. What can it be? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But this is why I need to do these puzzles, right? Because I don't see them. Like, I'm not even close. Not even close. How are we... Like, where's the interference? Now we have to start queen h8. There's definitely no other move. But then what? So our queen is being hit. We have to give like a check or something. Maybe starting to gobble up some pawns is going to be useful. I mean, queen h7 looks really strong. And then take on g6. And then if they block knight f6, do we have a follow-up here? Maybe knight takes e6, check, knight takes f4, check, king d6. Okay, it's either queen g7 or queen h7. If queen g7, it forces king e6. And from there, knight f4 check is the only reasonable looking check. Are there any other threats there? I don't see any. So knight f4 check. But this is very bad because then there's just rook takes f4. And our queen is hanging as well. I mean, we can bail out with queen e7. Maybe that's alright actually. Right? Queen g7, king e6. Knight f4, rook f4, queen e7, rook e7, and then take the rook on f4. So queen g7, king e6, knight f4 is legit. But if king d6, do we have a follow-up? I don't see one. I really don't see one. I think we have to just grab the pawn and hope that their king is exposed and win back some material. So yeah, let's just check that this isn't working. Knight f4, just king d6. Yeah, and I didn't see anything, right? So we just grabbed the pawn and hope. But I really didn't understand like how exactly we're winning. Just appears like we just have a lot of pressure on this king. Oh, queen f5. Maybe if I'd seen this, then I could have kept calculating. I didn't see this move. I mean, in a real game, you would hope you get to this position and then you keep finding moves. Ah, that's a nice one because here or here you've got knight. No, you don't have knight e6. You just. What do you do? What do you even do? I had to cheat and look at the engine for this. Knight g6. Ah, knight g6. So you win an exchange in the end. Ah, that's so difficult. That's so difficult. Okay, I'm glad to see that no one said the answer on chat, unless my chat didn't update. My chat didn't update. That's why there are no answers on chat. I thought maybe it was just really hard, and you know, everyone was struggling, but nope. Turns out that. Okay, welcome Fritz to the stream. I missed the music. I'm glad you're enjoying the music. In fact, actually, the music has stayed on, but my volume was just always too low, so it would not sound. Also, Frizz, you missed out on two incredible stories that you need to rewatch the VOD for. Like, most streams you don't bother, but this one you need to rewatch. It's worth it. Back from my university days. Queen h7, surely no interference though, yeah. Tell me you at least see rook f4 to check. When was rook f4 check? I don't know. Yeah, strange puzzle. Okay, I'm glad the tactics master, known as Frizz, also gives us a strange puzzle. Okay, let's do one more. The topic I want to share is really interesting to me, but it's not exactly appropriate to share. So I don't know. We need some votes if people want to people want to hear me, or should I just keep my mouth shut? I mean, we've said a lot this stream already, so you know how much worse can it get, right? Oh man. Okay, so we got 2 rooks and a knight, 3-6, 3-6. So, what candidates do we have? I mean, their knight is hanging, but then our rook hangs on e8. The king is also looking a little bit unhappy. For instance, like, if we could play 2 moves, knight b6, knight d5, this would be a checkmate. So, okay, what candidates do we have? I mean, do we have any way to checkmate? I mean, that should, like, when you calculate, this is one thing I learned from Grandmaster Mikhail Krasnikov, you should try and calculate with a goal. And then you should reassess your goal if you can't calculate your initial goal. So let's start with checkmate. Can we actually go for checkmate here? What about knight b6? Does this mate? Rook takes e6. Knight d5 check. Forces king e4. Then we can play rook takes e6. The king moves and we pick up the rook on e1. So we didn't get mate, but we did win a rook. So then knight b6 looks very promising. So knight b6, is there any move they can play to stop the checkmate? And this is a rule, guys, you should remember. I mean, I hope Safsara and Arav remember from their Leicestershire Junior days. But I talk about this a lot. When the opponent has an exposed king and there are 3 pieces surrounding it, you should really look for checkmates, even if you don't have the queens. So I mean, I am pretty sure knight b6 is going to be the move, but let's just double check we're not missing something. And this is the interference, right? The king has to block the path and then we skewer. So I think knight b6. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Let's go one more. Did everyone get it? Damn, I beat everyone? Hell yeah. Okay, Fritz got the knight b6. Good job. And Faz as well. And Jan. Okay, you all got there. Okay. But for once, I actually cook with the tactics first. What can I say? Okay, this is the kind of position that I'm gonna definitely not cook first because there's too much going on. So... I don't even know what to think, where to start. Okay, let's count the material. So we are down an exchange. We have 5. Okay, we've got a pawn for an exchange. We've got an extra bishop. We have a pass pawn on e7. They've got a pass pawn on d3. Like, what do we even start thinking of? There's too much going on. Okay, the rook is protected by the knight, which is protected by the queen. The rook on e8 is hanging. Our bishop is on a sticky square, our knight's on a sticky square, our rook is protected on e1, supporting the pawn. Our queen is hanging. Okay, find the best move. What are our candidates? So, again, let's try and start with a plan, a goal. I think a goal would be to try and, like, I don't know, exploit the rook on e8 and promote. I think that's, like, the best we can aim for. So let's start like finding candidate moves and calculate in that direction, right? Like let's try like, I don't know, queen d7, queen c8, queen b8, queen takes c6. Do any of these lead anywhere? So if we go queen d7, we're threatening to win the rook. They don't have any checks except rook f2, but rook f2 we go king f2, and we don't have any follow-up checks without giving up their queen or giving up their knight. Although rook f2, king f2, knight e4, rook e4, d2, But they have sacrificed a lot, and at that point, we can always probably use the king to get back in time. I don't know, it feels a little bit slow, so I think we're in time to play a move like queen d7. And what options do they have? If they move the rook, then we just promote on e8. But the question is, like, why queen d7, not queen c6? Or something. Like, to me, queen d7 feels like it seals the job better because we keep tabs on the e7 pawn and also the e8 square. Queen c6 is only keeping tabs on the e8 square, so that might be a little difference. If queen d7, what if they bring the other rook back? Ah, maybe that's the difference. On queen d7, maybe they just bring the rook back and they secure the defense. Whereas queen c6, maybe we can sack the queen and then promote. So maybe queen c6 for that reason. How else can they avoid our plan from working? Maybe if they play like queen f7? But then we've got a move with the knight. No, we don't, because we get checkmated. Oh god. Queen c6, queen f7. And what about a move like queen c8? Because queen c8 also deals with this plan, because I can take and promote. What did I do? Queen c8, if rook takes, then we can still promote, and I think we actually get... No, we don't, because they can block queen f8. And then we're probably lost, so not queen c8, actually. Right? Queen c8, rook takes, and we promote. We may just go... Oh, queen f8, we don't have a bishop, but... I can't calculate this. Queen c8, rook takes. Queen c8, rook takes. We promote. They go queen f8 to block. And maybe we go bishop takes queen. And what's the material like that? Probably is bad, right? So queen c6, queen f7. That's like the only move, I think, right? What do we play? Interference? What's interference? I don't know. Unless it's playing like some bishop e5 first or something. Some wacky move like this, and then bishop e5, but then they can take on e7, but then we can take on g7? Right? Then we can take here. Oh, I'm starting to like bishop e5. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. Bishop e5 is actually very strong. Yeah. No, I think this is the answer. Yeah. Wait, what if they take with the rook? Because then if we take their queen, they take ours. But we can, because we can just mate. So I'm really liking this bishop e5. If bishop e5, what if they push? Well, then we can just take it. They don't have any other checks. I think this looks really good. Let's go. And this was my idea. Oh, that's tough. That's really tough. And I think this is the right way to go about it. I think, like, if you're just trying to see random forks, I mean, you can, if you're very tactically minded and you spot these like cheeky moves, then you can do it like this. But I think calculating with a bit of a purpose, like trying to promote the pawn, understanding why it doesn't work, and then understanding like, oh, maybe deflecting the queen is useful. I think this is all good. I mean, in this case, bishop e5 is actually just really strong because it's like straight up forking the knight. But in other cases, in a real game, I think like the step-by-step process I did was really effective. But anyway, let's see what people are saying. Oh my god, so many messages, guys. Bishop e5 seems interesting from Arsan. Fantastic. Queen b3 is a fantastic way to do nothing. Good job, Faz. Tricky got bishop e5 as well. Nice. Frizz got bishop e5. Okay, you all actually got it. Nice. Faz is saying queen c6 or bishop e5. Did Faz work out why queen c6 wasn't working? I think queen c6 is not working due to queen f7. Yes. Only move. Queen g... Oh, God. Not that. Queen g6 is also interesting, which I missed, but queen f7 works better because then you keep tabs on f2. You know, it actually crossed my mind, this bishop f4, because I was like, this is like an interference of sorts. Like you block for queen and maybe move the knight, but I don't know. Yeah. Bishop e5. Simple, simple. Okay, we did our 5. Let's do our final 5. Of intermezzo. Okay, so intermezzo, this is a Zwischenzug or an in-between move. Also, welcome Fibonacci to the stream. Glad you can join. Interesting spelling of Michael, but I'll allow it. Anything else people saying? Yeah, exactly. We pick up the queen. Yeah. Okay, intermezzo time. So in this position, we're threatening checkmate in 1. That's the first thing I see. We're also threatening to play like queen f2. Quick material count. We are a knight. We have a pawn for a knight. But okay, in this position, time is of the essence. We need to give a check. Queen f2 only move. Queen f2, king h1. And then probably we're throwing in like d4 check. That looks really strong. Yeah, and at least we stopped the mate at that point. I mean, like, we have to start with queen f2. This is my main candidate. Intermezzo. Is this really counts as an intermezzo? I guess it is, kinda. Or maybe it's now where we can throw in an intermezzo before pushing this pawn, but I don't really understand. I mean, pushing the pawn feels pretty strong. If we push the pawn, what if they block with the bishop? Also, very random question, but does anyone here actually enjoy Witty Aliens videos or streams? Like, sometimes like a random like YouTube short will pop into my feed, and it's literally unwatchable. Like, am I genuinely like missing something, or is it only like Gen Alpha can appreciate like this kind of content? Like I genuinely can't watch it. Like, is anyone here, like, I guess most of you here are at least over the age of 12, I would hope. Like, do any of you actually watch Witty Alien and enjoy it? Like, and if so, can you explain why and how? Like, I am curious to understand, like, what the selling point is. I mean, I appreciate he made the Alien Gambit, which is very cool, but I don't know. I don't know why that popped in my head, but... What is the... Apart from d4, what else do we play? I mean, the goal here should be to like prevent checkmate, but also, I mean, we're material down, right? So we want to get either material up or checkmate back. So d4 check. Is bishop d5 forced? I mean, they could block with the rook as well, but then at least we get our material back and we can probably just about stop the mate. Like move the dark squared bishop somewhere or something. So let's assume d4, bishop d5 is forced. What about this? To play rook f5. While the bishop is pinned, this is a nice in-between move. And maybe that achieves something. I don't know what it achieves, but maybe it achieves something. Like, what if they just move queen h4? Have I achieved anything? Probably not. I don't really know what my candidate moves are even, like... If I go queen f3, queen takes, rook takes, their bishop is on pre, they have to move the bishop. Where do they move the bishop? So queen f3, rook f3, bishop c2 or something. We could take on c3, maybe it's something. Yeah, maybe this is like nice for them because they can... Wait, I didn't even see I could take the bishop. Oh man. Oh god, I actually... In this starting position, why couldn't I just take the bishop? I mean, I understand that taking on f2 is useful, but... I didn't even see that the bishop was hanging. I mean, this is... Oh god. I mean, okay, it's almost 3 a.m, like... But still, it's just hopeless, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Yeah, so obviously taking the bishop is just good then. Oh, God. Yeah, I didn't see the bishop was hanging. Yeah, Faz. It's just hopeless. It's just hopeless. I mean, like, how much chess do I have to play before I can see this? Like, it's like... I think that's the problem. Like, people have blind spots, and I have an unusually disproportionately high number of blind spots compared to the average player of my level. And it's hard to improve. It's really hard to improve. I mean, I think you've just got to, like, slow down a bit. Like, I think I was basically thinking a bit too quickly. But it's also, like, how slow do you have to go before it then becomes too slow? You know, it's tough, right? Witty Alien single-handedly saved my chess calculation while I took a break. Okay, please explain, Arav. Like, does he, I don't know, solve calculation exercises with stream? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I find him strange. Yeah, it's for 8-year-olds. Fad says he's a funny guy? No way. No way. I don't understand the humor. Like, I can't even understand him. Like, it's like another language to me. Like, I don't get what he's talking about. I don't mean to be offensive when I say this. I just mean, like, we have very different styles and tastes. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm the party pooper and, like, I don't have a sense of humor. Like, it could well be. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I like his style of play, but how he acts repulses me. That's hilarious. I wouldn't have gone as far as repulsed, but maybe it's not far from that, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. where I am. I'm in Thailand. You didn't hear about this first? Like, I've been traveling, like, for the last few months. So I'm in Thailand right now, and I have a FIDE Rapid on Sunday, which is going to be very interesting. Either I'm going to gain, like, 50 points or lose 100. I really can't tell. But it's going to be fun, in any case. Yeah, just look at your opponent's these pieces, I know. Yeah, I don't know, it just didn't look like the bishop was hanging. Like, I don't know how to explain it. At the start of every puzzle, first count the material and look at which pieces are loose. Yeah, I didn't do that as much. Like, last position, like, I really tried to look at where all the loose pieces were. That's a good tip. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. I'm also kind of hungry. Let's okay, this is like a goated snack. They're like Pocky sticks, but better because like rather than have like the chocolate on the outside, it has the chocolate on the inside. So it's like a lot more like tasty and a lot less bready. And it's really smart as well because it makes perfect sense, right? Like a Pocky stick, you need a little handle because you don't want to touch the chocolate. But this has the bread on the outside, the chocolate on the inside. So you can hold it wherever you like. Like Thailand is like really, really ahead with its design. You know, it's so good. It's so tasty. It's like Hokkaido vanilla milk. Like, it tastes delicious. And like, it's 25 baht. So it's like, I guess it's a bit expensive. I mean, it's like, you know, Hokkaido milk. So it's like 50p or something. Which to me is expensive right now. So, okay, let's think. So queen, rook, bishop, queen, 2 rooks, bishop. 4 pawns against 6. King safety, we're, I don't know, looking a bit vulnerable. But also, that pawn on g7 is acting like a shield. Their queen is very far from our king. We are blockading the pawn. Okay, what pieces are hanging? Their bishop on e5 is hanging. Their queen on a7 is hanging. Our rook on g8 is only defended by a king. Our bishop is defended by a rook only, which is also overloaded, dealing with blockading the pawn. So okay, what candidate moves do we have? I mean, the goal in this position probably is to, I don't know, maybe even go for checkmate because like we're material down. So, for instance, let's say taking the bishop on e5 probably isn't enough. We're still an exchange down and a bunch of pawns down. So, candidates include bishop f5, maybe queen c4 check. I had a quick look at stalemate ideas, but I don't see any. Like, we've still got all the pawns that can push. And I guess, you know, taking the bishop should be like some kind of backup option, right? So, let's start with threatening mate with bishop f5. In that position, the only check they have is rook h6, which doesn't help, we just take it. So, bishop f5, they have to move their king, because they can't defend c2. Bishop f5, if they play king b2, we can go queen c2 check. If they go king a1, we do not mate on c3 because we hang the queen. So bishop f5, king b2. Maybe we go... I'm so bad at like getting this king. Queen b4 check. Again, king a1. Let's have a quick look at bishop f5, king d2. Queen c2 check. King e1 forced. One more thing to note is the bishop on f5 does attack the rook. We can take it. But then they can take back. And we've only won an exchange. Yeah, I'm not convinced with this bishop f5. I feel like the king can move either to d2 or b2. What about a random interference move like the move bishop g4? Just cutting off the rooks from each other, does that do anything? Not at all, right? We just take the rook and, take the bishop and just say thank you. So okay, let's calculate queen c4. It's our only check. That doesn't just hang the queen. Queen c4 check. I don't know. King b2. Again, if queen b4 check, king a1. And there's nothing. So queen c4, king b2, and I'm kind of stumped. If queen e2 check, then king a1. Again, I don't see anything. So now I'm starting to believe in just taking the bishop. Like, just taking the bishop, we still threaten like queen c3. We threaten to bring in... Oh, this is not interference anymore. This is in-between move. Right. God, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's an argument to say we want to play bishop f5 first, and then whatever white does to defend, like king d2 or king b2, then we take the bishop, and this is like an improved version. But why would it be? What's the difference? If we just take the bishop immediately... Maybe they can play like queen f7 or something. And then on bishop f5, we have some problem of some sort, I don't know. Can we actually justify bishop f5 on like strategical means? Like bishop f5, it improves the piece, you know, adds another attacker, and if white is forced to play either king d2 or king b2, I don't think they're solving their king safety problems, and we've just got an extra attacker. I think we can justify it on those means, like they're not able to save that bishop. Let's start with bishop f5. Oh, if they come to b2, then we take with check, so obviously that's better. If they come to d2, we must have had a mate that we missed. What was the mate that we missed? Maybe we can come check? Give a check. I don't even know. I don't know why they couldn't come to d2. I should really solve it. Why can't they come to d2? I've got this stupid thing flashing as well. Put my hand out to cover it. Why is king d2 not... Or maybe we also just take the bishop and we're just completely fine. I don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't see a win. I don't know. I tried. Yeah, actually, what's the move here? It could be to take the pawn. Bit scared about them taking with the pawn though. Because these pawns are still very strong, right? They can try and bring their queen back. This also looks like a pretty decent threat as well. Just to like... I don't know, there must be a checkmate here somewhere. Maybe this or something. Oh god. At least the good news is, like, if I can solve stuff at 3 AM, then that's a good sign that at the end, like round 7 of like some grueling rapid play, I'll still be able to calculate something. But it's not looking good. I mean, my brain is completely toast. Like I don't see shit right now. Let's just play queen d5, like queen e4. You know what I mean? It looks super good. But yeah, I wasn't able to calculate anything in this exercise. Like, checkmate in 7. Are you kidding me? Okay, that's fine. Let's fucking checkmate in 7. Queen c2, king e1. Oh, queen c2, king e1, queen c3. If king e2, then we can go bishop f3 check, and they don't have king d1 because of check and mate. So queen c2, king e3, Queen c3, king e2, bishop check, king f3. Maybe check here? Nah, I don't know. Queen c2. I don't know. I mean, I've actually had this before, where I was playing an OTB game where I was in severe time trouble, and so was my opponent. And I missed a checkmate in 7, something like this. Or checkmate in, I don't know, however many moves. And it was exactly this kind of position where you've got like a loose king, you're trying to chase it, and it's like, there might be a checkmate, there might not, and I am hopeless at trying to calculate this. Does anyone have any entertainment? Bro hung his queen? Are you kidding? No way, Frizz, you have a chemistry test? I mean, the chemistry test is, the test is what sparked all of these stories. So you're gonna enjoy this stream. You're gonna enjoy this stream a lot when you watch back the VOD. Such a good stream. Such a good stream. Queen e4 here? Oh yeah, at the end, right. Bro hung his queen? When did I hang my queen? Oh, did I say the wrong notation or something? I don't know. I don't remember. No. Bishop d3 is a mating net? Oh, bishop d3, the quiet move. Holy. Bishop d3. Oh, you're a genius, Frizz. Why can't I have a tactical brain, man? Bishop d3 is so nice. It's so simple. It's so elegant. And I was so far from seeing it. Holy crap. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Good stuff. Let me see if my chat is loading. No, it's all good. Okay. Let's get to 5 of these. I will end the stream soon, but I'm so tired. But we need to get to the end. Oh, I was blundering the queen with queen c3. Thank you, Peter, for the clarification. Yeah, I didn't realize that at all. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's try not to blunder a queen. That's our goal. That's our calculation goal here. Play a move that doesn't blunder a queen. Okay, let's be serious. Okay, 3 pawns, 3 pawns. Queen knight rook, queen knight rook. We're in check. Well, that makes our life easier. So our candidate moves are knight takes, knight block, rook f7, queen block, king g8, king h8, king g6, king f6. If we take the rook, why can't we take the rook? Because they've got knight e6 and we blunder a queen. So we spotted how to blunder a queen. On knight f7, we also blunder a queen. If rook f7, we blunder a queen. If we move the king, we do not blunder a queen. So that's promising. I'm just looking at rook f7 just in case we can allow blundering a queen. Knight e6. Let's say king g8. No, it's terrible. At the very least, they can even play rook d8 or something. So yeah, we have to move the king. Unless we can go knight takes d7, knight e6 check. Play like king f6, knight takes g5, and pawn takes g5. And claim that this knight and rook endgame is fine. I should also add that we're attacking their queen. I completely missed that. So probably should evaluate better and see the hanging pieces. So their queen is hanging. We're in check. They've got knight e6. So, okay. If we block with the rook and they go knight e6, we can actually... Oh my god, what? Like, this is so difficult to me. It's actually unbelievably difficult. You don't understand. You don't understand. Knight e6? No, sorry. Rook f7. If they trade rooks, we just go king takes, and maybe we're happy with that resulting position. Maybe we're not, though. I don't know. Rook f7 is still a candidate. We can't dismiss it. Can we dismiss the knight moves? I really want to dismiss something. Knight f7, then it's trash, knight e6. If knight d7, I think it's also trash, knight e6. So rook f7 is promising, but we'll leave it for now. Do we have a clear win on the other king move? So let's say we go like, I don't know, king g6. We're attacking the queen and the rook. They could play queen e4 check, give us a check. Then we go like king h5. But then they can at the very least move their rook, and do we really have enough? So I wonder if this is the point. We want to move the king so that we just have a fork. Maybe that's just it. So what about a move like king h8, right? Just get out of the way of everyone. King h8 looks very nice. And this is where like the shallow calculation worked really well, right? Because I managed to stop rook f7 because I saw it was interesting, but not clear cut. So now king h8, and I really don't... I think king h8 is just the answer. I mean, we're hitting this, like what do they do? I need to properly give my opponent a fair chance with candidate moves. So king h8, where can they move the queen? Like maybe like queen d5 to pin the knight, but no, our queen is on a sticky square, we're chilling. Oh my god, I think I literally finished the whole... Jesus Christ, 2 hours. 2 hours of pure grind. I think king h8 looks really good to me. I don't see a single good candidate move for the opponent because we're taking the queen with check, which limits their options. What if they try and throw in a check? Does that do anything? Surely not. Let's go. So I think we can just take this. I mean, they can throw knight e6. But how is that, like, so bad? I can't imagine knight e6 being a game winner. I mean, I think we have to take the rook, and then... Knight e6? Is this where we have an intermediate move? Can we throw in, like, a special move? Oh, imagine if rook g8 is the move. Ah, there's not even threatening mate. I was like, if rook g8, they have to spend a move, and then we take, and we get out of the fork. That'd be very clever, but... Why can't we just take this, if they play this? Ooh, what about knight c5? No, they can give a check. Oh man, this is tough. It's really tough. I mean, actually f3 looks like a decent move as well, to be honest. Maybe f3 is just a killer. Oh, we're gonna get checkmated in one, for fuck's sake. I swear to God, I swear to God. I mean, f3 is such a cute move as well, but... Because, I mean, there's no knight e6 because of mate, but... f3, we just get mated in one. f3 is the kind of move I'd play in a FIDE blitz and lose. Knight takes d7, then is surely the move. Let's just fucking play it. Fuck's sake. Knight e6, like... Oh, everything is winning? I guess it makes sense, actually. I mean, we're a whole rook up. Like, I really should have at least seen a move like queen f5. Like, I don't know why I was, like, stalling so hard. Maybe, like, my P-brain didn't appreciate that the knight can take back or something. I really don't know. I really don't know. I really felt like knight e6 was a scary move that does nothing. Oh my god! Frizz hung checkmate as well! Okay, it's not just me. It's not just me that's capped. Michael, you should see king h8 immediately. Why? I don't know. I think being thorough, looking at all the candidate moves is good though. Yeah. Maybe if I trusted my intuition a bit more, I could find it. But yeah. But I mean, we see, right? Like if we both play f3 and think we're a genius, we just get mated. Yeah. All right. Nice job, Peter. Queen f5 or queen e7. I couldn't get there for some reason. Don't ask me why. Actually, how does queen e7 win? Because don't you have this move? Oh, you hang the queen. Oh. I was like, okay, if knight takes, you lose the queen. And if queen takes, it's queen e5 check and you pick up the knight. Which doesn't even work because we can block. I mean, chess is just stupid tactics. Okay, let's do one more. Thanks for everyone sticking by, no matter how negative I get about these exercises. I mean, this is real torture for me. That's the problem. It's real torture. Okay, just two more to go. Come on, lock in. We got bishop pair against rook and knight. We got 5 pawns against 6. So we're actually down a fair amount of material, but his king completely exposed. Our king is looking more secure. We've got a luft. Okay. Hanging pieces, because Frizz said we should look for hanging pieces. Queen is hanging. Queen is hanging. Bishop's on sticky squares. Bishop supported. Knight on the sticky square. Okay, so candidate moves then. Do we have any checks? Yes, but they both look very trash. Queen f7. Unless we had some insane bishop mate, which of course we don't. Queen f6 is a candidate. This is a big threat. Bishop e4 is a candidate. This is probably a big threat. Maybe not as big of a threat. d5 could be a candidate with a sneaky attack on the queen. Okay, are there any other candidates? Like, I'm so slow. Come on. And this one, right? Again, do we have a goal in the position? Probably, like, checkmate or at least regain our material. So, let's look at queen f6. I mean, looks really promising. We got 2 checkmate threats, which makes it only harder to defend. If they take here, we can throw in this move. That's an in-between move. Looks really promising. Looks really, really promising. Queen f6. We don't even have like knight h3 tactics, like a queen defends the bishop. Like queen f6 just looks good. There we go. Okay. And just take, right? I mean, we're just material up. Let's go. Somehow that was on the same level as the others. Low torture. I mean, yeah, it really is. It really is. Bishop e4 is the instinct. Oh, fast with the weak instincts. Queen f6. Rook takes e5 and you don't see it? Damn, rare oversight from Faz. That's insane. This is just a perpetual knight takes e5 instead. I didn't see the rook hanging. Damn. This is the first time I've seen Faz mess up a tactic. Okay. Faz is human after all. Also, guys, I can't believe it's taken 3 hours to get to this topic, but Gukesh Ding, like what a game from Ding to survive, like absolutely incredible, and then a confident like game from Gukesh as well to just like put so much pressure and like tire Ding out. I mean, what are your predictions for the final round? I mean, for me, I mean, it would be beautiful if Ding could avoid the playoffs and just win his final game with the white pieces, show the world that he's not completely cooked. I think this would be the best storyline. The only downside is that I don't have complete faith that Ding will necessarily change. If he were to win the World Championship, he might also just return to hibernation, which would really suck. And in that sense, Gukesh would make a better world champion. I think there would be like a lot of hype around Gukesh being world champ. And it would inspire like a lot more like enthusiasm, I think. So in that sense, I would want Gukesh to win, but also I feel like it's too early for Gukesh to win. I feel like he's still improving as a player, and I think it messes with someone's psyche if you become a world champion when you're not at your best. So all in all, I think I want Ding to win. That's what I want. What I think will happen, I think... Okay, here's my prediction. I think Ding is going to get an advantage. He's going to be pushing. Gukesh locks in. He manages to save it. Game is a draw. Match goes to tie breaks, goes to rapid portion, and I think it's going to finish in rapid. And I think, let's say Gukesh wins. That's my prediction. Yeah, crazy good in French defense. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting tired too. I have to go now. Okay, good luck with the chemistry test, and thanks for tuning in, Faz. And always appreciate your little comments here and there. Like, just make sure you count the hanging pieces. Like this kind of stuff. It's always useful as a reminder, and I need the reminding because it's not intuitive to me. So yeah, appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, if you've got an exam coming up, rewatch the VOD. You won't regret it. Okay, let's solve this. Fritz says he's for Gukesh. Ding has the upper hand. Ding will win on tie breaks, I see. Interesting. Yeah, we'll find out. Okay. Stop eating and focus. Okay, we've got 5 pawns against 3. Queen and 2 rooks. Queen, 2 rooks, and a bishop, although the bishop is hanging. If we take the bishop, our king is very exposed. Our rook is trapped on f1. Queen on d6 is hanging. Okay. So, in this position, candidate moves. Well, I guess the goal would be to just like have a winning endgame. So king takes g2 as like main candidate. Can we throw in any moves like queen d4 check? Maybe this is useful. Depends if the queen is better on d6 or on d4. Like the queen can drop back to g3 in some cases, but on queen d4 maybe it can, I don't know, do something as well. In a way, I do like how queen d4 if king g8 was played. Then on king takes g2, the g file is closed from the rook on g8. And if the rook on f5 plays rook g5 check, then maybe we can hide on h2 and try and play rook g1. Somehow that feels promising. If we play the move king takes g2 immediately, what happens after rook g8 check? If we go king h2, they can go queen takes h3, king h3, and rook h5 mate. Nice. Yeah, so in that case, we need to throw in queen d4. And what happens if they block, let's say, rook f8 to rook f6? Can we now take... Yeah, their rook is pinned. So I think this is absolutely essential. Yeah, they even used there, and then we can just take the bishop. and then hide on h2. Yes! Good stuff. Not so much about the queen position, but rather preventing rook d8. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Nice. Nice, Faz. Okay, and on that note, we did our 5 puzzles. We finished another bunch of advanced tactics. So we did attraction, clearance, defensive move last stream. We now did deflection, interference, and intermezzo. And okay, that leaves us perfectly for Friday's stream to do quiet move, X-ray, and Zugzwang. I can't believe it's taken me so long to do these, but it just shows how weak I am at these advanced tactics, and it means that I just need to do more practice. So more tactical streams on their way. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. Hope you guys weren't too traumatized from my stories, and yeah, I will see you guys on Friday. Probably not at this kind of time, because I'll be playing in a blitz, not a rated blitz, just a fun blitz, evening blitz. So I'll probably stream during the day, which is going to be some ungodly hour for you. So probably it's going to be VOD time on Friday for you guys. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and see you on Friday. Adios.